is like my happy place. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I am almost 40 years old and I'm on the hunt to try to find those really good foundations out there for us aging women. When you get older, your skin changes, and for me, I have had to adjust to my foundation routine as I've aged, and I really have to kind of stay away from the really super matte foundations. It kind of goes down into my wrinkles and just looks gucky and weird. So I was kind of curious about this new foundation from IT Cosmetics. I am talking about the new CC Oil-Free Matte Poreless Finish Full Coverage Cream. I'm really excited to test this out because I do know that there are a lot of women out there that love the IT Cosmetics line. For me, I've not been able to find their skin products that work for me. I do not like these two products. These are not my favorite products. This is the Bye Bye Foundation with SPF of 50. This is the Illuminating Cream. Same thing, but it has this illuminizer. I did not like this on my skin. It was almost like I put a highlighter, like glitter, all over my face. You can't control where the illuminating properties go on your face. So it really brought out all the imperfections in my face. Like it laid really weird all over my texture, horribly over wrinkles. This, I'm just, oh, it is not good for me. This I felt like really wasn't enough coverage. And I didn't like the way that it looked on my skin. It kind of made my skin look a little dull, and I don't know why, because it is more of a hydrating product. I tried, different primers. I probably wore this for like a straight week trying to get this product to work because so many friends of mine were just raving about it. And it ended up breaking me out. So the SPF in the IT Cosmetics products does break me out if I wear it, too many days in a row. So these two have been a total bust for me. So I was kind of intrigued by this. I know that this is a matte formula and it's oil free. So at first I wasn't going to review this because it was so matte. But I had so many of you guys wanting me to review it. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll try a matte. I'll try the matte formula and let you guys know, even though I don't like a matte formula. And I'm really glad I did. Now this one only has the 40 SPF. These have 50, but really what is the difference with the 10? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So there are 12 shades in this full coverage cream. It's $38 and I chose the shade Neutral Medium. I am a medium with neutral undertone. And in these two, I ordered just the shades medium, but I felt like maybe the medium neutral might fit a little bit better, and I do think that it was a good match. It was a little bit on the gray side, so, and I'm really warm right now because I've been out in the sun and I'm a little bit more tan. So as I tan, my skin gets a little bit more warmer. So I'm having troubles with these really neutral tones because they're gray against my warm skin. So this is a full coverage cream. It is for sensitive, normal, dry, combo, and oily. So even though it's a matte formula, it says that it's for dry skin. It's a best-selling full coverage color correcting cream with anti-aging skincare, now oil-free with SPF 40 physical sunscreen and a 12-hour matte finish. It's developed with plastic surgeons, your skin but better CC plus cream, oil-free, matte delivers, cover, oh my gosh, you guys, seriously? I feel like I had to go back to elementary school to read that. Holy crap. Okay, here we go again. Take two. Developed with plastic surgeons, your skin but better, CC plus cream oil-free matte delivers color correcting, full coverage, anti-aging skincare, and SPF 40 broad spectrum physical sunscreen, all with a poreless, natural looking matte finish that lasts. Whew. This multitasking, complexion perfecting breakthrough instantly camouflages skin's imperfections, including dark spots without creasing or cracking, and is clinically tested to reduce shine and control oil up to 12 hours. It delivers 7 benefits all in one. So, wow. Okay, so it is supposed to be a full coverage matte foundation, SPF of 40, brightening color corrector, hydrating anti-aging serum, poreless finish primer, dark spot concealer, and moisturizing day cream. So it's supposed to be 7 in 1. Curious about this, you guys. Very, very curious. Now, I will say right off the bat when I applied it, I like this much more off the bat when I applied it than I did these two. So if you are like me and these two have not worked out for you, you guys might like this one. So when you guys are seeing this, I am actually going to be on vacation for an entire week. I am heading on my parents' houseboat, and we are going to be out in the middle of a lake with absolutely no cell service. So when this video is uploaded, please comment down below. I will not be able to comment back until I get home, but please still comment. I love commenting back and forth with you guys, and I can't wait to get back home and comment and go through all. I'm gonna spend like a full hour just going through all the comments. But if you guys don't hear from me, that is the reason I am actually on vacation. So let's just jump right into the tutorial showing you guys how I applied this. And then later on in the day, I'm gonna come back and give you guys a midday check-in, and then later on this evening for my final thoughts. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, let's get applying this foundation. I'm kind of excited to try this out. So I've already applied my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply some of my Elcie. This is my Hydra Enhancer. I like to spray that on my face before I apply my foundation because I just kind of feel like it keeps me hydrated, and it's dry, you guys. I live in a dry climate, and so it's really dry outside, and I need as much moisture as I can get. I'm going to apply this side of the face with my Y6 from Morphe, and then this side of the face, I'm going to be using my Elcie Velvet Sponge, my favorite sponge. So I'm just going to take a couple of pumps and put them down here in my tray. Now, I bought the shade Medium Neutral, so I'm going to just start kind of buffing this in. This is how I normally typically like to apply these types of foundations. When you know that you're not going to have a lot of coverage, I just start buffing it. Instead of like swiping it, I just kind of buff it in. I'm just gonna start like working that in with my sponge. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this side, and I'm just gonna start kind of working this in on this side. And one reason that I love my Elcie sponge is I mean, you see how fast that is. The Beauty Blender takes longer. This just has such a wide, I mean, look at this compared to the Beauty Blender. It really works that into the skin, and it works it in quick. I love the Velvet Sponge, but I do think, you know, that's preference. I mean, some people probably don't like that big of a sponge to work with, but for me, it's like everything. Okay, right away, I kind of like this. It is gray. These neutral tones with my tan are just not working at all, but I kind of like this. I like the way it's looking, and I don't normally like matte foundations, so I'm kind of shocked that I like this, but I do like it. I think it looks really pretty on the skin. Now, I used 3 pumps, and it didn't drink it all up. This formula is very thick. See it sitting down into this tray? Do you see how thick that is? When I have a thick foundation, I don't mind using a Beauty Blender to apply it, just because I know that the Beauty Blender is not going to soak it all up. But when you're using when you have more of a thinner consistency, man, it just sucks it up like that. And I think you just end up wasting it. But I'm liking this, you guys. I'm going to use my Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I don't know how this concealer is going to look against this foundation, because my concealer is more on the hydrating side. And, you know, when you put a hydrating concealer against a super matte oil-free foundation, sometimes they kind of counteract and look weird. I think it's looking okay. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, so my hair is going to drive me crazy. I was editing my videos yesterday, and I was like, Tara, you play with your hair too much. Like, stop putting your hands in your hair all the time. And here I just did it again. It's a habit I can't break, I swear. I'm gonna put on my Radiant Bronze Light and from Hourglass, and I really gotta warm up this face. Bring some warmth to me and kind of get my face to, you know, not look so ghostly. Today I think I'm going to use my Nars in the shade Orgasm. I have this little mini one that I love, and I'm just going to pop this right here on the cheek. I always like the mini ones in the blushes and the bronzers and stuff. I have so many blush options to choose from that I never stick to the same one. And so I love it when I get these little minis like this in like a, you know, whether it's a subscription or maybe a sample of it or whatever. I love them like that because then I don't have to buy the big one and I still get to enjoy it. So I'm all about that life. Yeah, so far you guys, I'm really liking this. I think this looks really beautiful on the skin. And you know, for those of you guys that maybe don't like the CC one or the illuminating one, this might be a nice option for you because it is more on the matte side. But I will say it's not an overly matte, it's not super matte. I always get a little bit nervous when I'm buying or purchasing a matte foundation just because I don't like a real matte foundation. And when it says oil free, it really kind of scared me a little bit. But I will be honest, this is not bad. I mean, this looks really pretty right now and I'm liking it. The coverage is good, you guys. Like, this is looking really pretty right now. I'm going to bring you guys close so you guys can see what this looks like. I think this looks really, really good. It's got a nice tint to it, a nice shine to it, but it's not overly matte, but it's set down. It is 9:11 in the morning. So I'm going to keep this on for as long as I can. So far, my first impressions just from applying it this time, I like this one probably better than the other two that I have, which I will discuss in my first and final check-in. So I will see you guys then. Okay, you guys, I am back for my midday check-in. It's a little bit earlier than I wanted to be, but I do need to run and do some errands, and I don't think I'll be back until after 4. So I decided to pop on here really quick before I head out. It is 2 o'clock. I've had the foundation on for about 5 hours so far, and I really like this foundation so far, you guys. I do think that it looks really, really pretty. Like, I'm really impressed with the way that it looks. I do feel like it's controlling my oils. I do feel like it's really set down and it's kind of staying in place, but I don't feel like it's completely a full matte foundations. It's not like the YSL All Hours or anything like that. So I'm kind of impressed with this so far. I do think it looks really, really pretty on my skin. It looks really, really pretty over my pores. And I actually like this more than I did the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull you guys closer so you guys can see what this is looking like. Okay, so I have pulled you guys in, but check out this foundation. I mean, I've got a lot of texture right now. I'm on that like hormonal breakout time of the month. I had a hysterectomy, so I don't have a period anymore, but I do get those little bit of hormonal bumps on my face during that time that I'm supposed to be. And yeah, like it's looking really good over those parts of my face. And I like this foundation, you guys. I like it. I didn't think I would because it was matte, but you guys were the ones that talked me into it, and I'm so glad you did because I like this one. I finally found one in the IT Cosmetics that I like. Now, I just hope it doesn't break me out because like I said earlier, the sunscreen there's something in that SPF that breaks me out. The only person I've heard talk about it is Tati Westbrook. She talked about that it broke her out too. So I don't know. I don't know that it's that common, but she's the only one I've heard, you know, that it breaks out. But this is a really pretty foundation. So the makeup I'm wearing, this is the Zodiac palette from the Kathleen Lights. She collaborated with ColourPop. So I created this look. This look is actually up on my channel. It was posted on Wednesday, so head over there and check that out. But I do think this eyeshadow though, like I keep looking in the monitor and I'm like, yes, it's very pretty. You want it to look pretty all day long, so I'm really gonna try to wear this for as long as I can, probably taking it off maybe around the 9-10 o'clock mark. So I will come back later on this evening and let you guys know how this is working, but so far, you guys, I'm really, really liking this. Like, I really like this foundation. So I will see you guys in my final check-in. Okay, I am back for my final check-in. I tried to make it the full 12 hours, but I really need to get this video done so I can start editing it. I really need to get 2 videos edited tonight, so I'm gonna be up pretty late. It is 8:30 tonight. I've had it on for almost 12 hours. It's like 11.5 hours. I was outside a lot today running errands, and I had to wash my car and vacuum my car, and it's like 90 degrees outside. So I was sweating and cool and sweating. You know how that is. Truthfully, I think this foundation held up pretty dang good for being a full coverage cream. I don't feel oily at all. Like, I know I look a little shiny, but I don't feel oily. There's a difference between a healthy glow and just an oil, disgusting oily mess. This foundation is definitely a mattifying formula. For me, I only have like a normal skin. I do not have oily skin. It seems like it locked the moisture down in. I think this would be a nice formula for people who have oily skin. I mean, I've lost some coverage, obviously, but for being on, 12 hours, my face doesn't look too bad. But I don't know that the IT Cosmetics has ever been a long wearing foundation. When I've tried the IT Cosmetics, their regular foundation and then the illuminating one, like I never got more than maybe 8 hours out of it. I would say this foundation lasted and looked pretty decent. I would say maybe around the 8 to 9 hour mark. It kind of went downhill from there, but I do think this is a pretty decent foundation, and out of all three of them, this one is by far my favorite foundation. They did a really good job with this formula, and they really needed an oil-free kind of mattifying formula. Now, if you're looking for this formula to be super matte, it's not super matte. It is not, it's more of a natural matte, more of a satin matte finish. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoot you guys a little bit closer so you guys can see what this face is looking like. It's looking a little haggard. I'm gonna be honest, I've had a rough day, but at least I warned you in advance, right? Like, I'm looking a little rough. I have lost the coverage, obviously, right around my nose, all around my mouth. Lost a lot of the coverage. I don't really feel like I even have much on. I think now it's just kind of evened out my face a little bit, but I don't really feel like I have coverage anymore. That has definitely kind of wiped off. But like I said, I was out, vacuuming my car and getting ready to go on a trip. So I've just been knocking things off the list to get done. Maybe when you're, you wearing this foundation on those days where you're really not going to be sweating and stuff like that, maybe it will last a little bit longer. But I will say those, 5 to 8 hour mark, it was just a really pretty all day until that 8 hour mark. And then it just kind of started to go downhill. I would recommend going down to Sephora, getting a sample of this, take it home and try it. If you're not familiar with the IT Cosmetics products at all, I would say get a sample of all three of them. And, I like Sephora samples because they give you big enough samples to really give it a good test. Normally, when I get a Sephora sample, some of those foundations, I can wear them for about 2-3 times. But I am normal, little bit on the drier side in the winter, in the dead of winter, in the dead of summer, I'm a little more on the drier side. And, I'm 39. I don't like super matte foundations. This one was my favorite out of all three of them. So if I had to rate this foundation on a scale from 1 to 5, I would probably give this like a 4.5. This is a nice foundation for me. I'm going to be wearing this more and more. It's a decent enough coverage to really wear it as a foundation, but light enough for those days where I want to just wear something light and not have a bunch of heavy, thick foundation. That is the one thing that I've really liked about it today, is that as it's worn off, it's just been a natural, gradual wear off versus being very patchy and blotchy. And this is a nice one, and I'm going to take it on vacation with me and kind of wear it out on the lake because it does have SPF, and I want to see if this is going to break me out, see how it wears and performs while I'm there. And yeah, if you guys have any requests of any foundations that you guys want me to test out, let me know in the description box down below. I have a few ideas. When I get back from vacation, I'm going to go ahead and purchase to review for next Friday. But if you guys have any recommendations, or if you guys have any requests, let me know. I'm so glad you guys requested for me to use this one because I would have never used it. I would have never bought it without you guys telling me to. So thank you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys again for all the love and the support. Don't forget, tomorrow I will be back in Civilization, back off the grid, and I will be commenting on all of your comments on all of my videos from this week. So I'm very, very excited about that. Thank you guys again, and I really hope that next time you guys see me, I have a pretty good tan. I've kind of lost my tan, so I'm really wanting to get that line back. You know how that is. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend filled with love, happiness, and joy. I love you guys so much. Bye.